And you don't have to wait any longer.
And making his way to the ring from San Antonio, Texas, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Wow. A standing ovation from the Staples Center crowd for that man, Shawn Michaels. So many breathtaking moments in that thrilling career. Wow. King, I have no doubt in my mind that tonight we'll have all the intensity and the rivalry that we saw just 4 months ago at WrestleMania 19.
Yeah, just don't think that HBK is going to, well, I don't think he's going to look at Chris Jericho the same way he did. You know, he might have dropped his guard just a little bit. He actually made the mistake of thinking that Chris Jericho had a genuine bone in his body.
Well, you got to believe that Stone Cold Steve Austin and Eric Bischoff would love to see this match live and in person. But at the top of the show, Linda McMahon gave both co-general managers of Raw the night off, telling Stone Cold Steve Austin to take a week and decide if he wanted to continue on as a co-general manager of Raw. But it's matches like this that Stone Cold Steve Austin and Eric Bischoff are responsible for. And that's why I hope Stone Cold decides to stay.
Oh, I gotta agree. I can't imagine if Raw was stuck with, well...
Don't say it.
Yeah,
please don't say it.
With Eric Bischoff running the show week in and week out by himself.
We've been down that road before.
I know one thing.
What?
You'd be fired. Let's face it, you're incompetent. Well, at least compared to JR.
I'm a big Jim Ross fan too. You know that. And I'd appreciate it if you tell everybody else that.
Now, you don't have a genuine bone in your body. You're lying. Why do you want to? Why even go there? Why lie?
Here we go. Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels. Now keep in mind, Shawn Michaels is a man that Chris Jericho has admitted to idolize, trying to pattern his career after growing up and getting into this business.
So like you did JR.
Exactly.
And then the first chance that Y2J got to take advantage of and get rid of Shawn Michaels, he tried to do it. Kind of like you and JR.
Nothing like that.
Okay, right.
Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels, both men so experienced in and outside of this ring. And this is a very, very even matchup as we saw at WrestleMania, and I expect nothing less here tonight.
You know, I remember once before when JR got hurt. You were right out here like a shot. You know you were. You were like waiting in the back.
I am a team player.
And now what happens? JR gets burnt. Oh, here you are again, coach. But go ahead, call this match. This is a classic. Oh, look at this.
Chris Jericho now in control with a nice armbar on Shawn Michaels. And there goes Jericho out to the floor below for the first time in this matchup. Somebody is outside of this ring, and no doubt this one will go inside and outside the ring. And referee Earl Hebner will have his hands full with Shawn Michaels and Y2J.
Look at Jericho. That's got to make him feel like, well, like an ass clown. I mean, he's embarrassed. That's a humiliating maneuver right there.
Well, you know, Chris Jericho may, insult the people of Los Angeles, but you know that deep down, Chris Jericho wants nothing more than to impress everybody here in Hollywood and around Los Angeles, because he feels like this is home for him.
Oh, yeah. The king of bling bling?
You know what that is, don't you?
Oh, wait a minute.
Exactly. Chris Jericho does. Everybody that's hip does. I'll explain it to you later, but right now, a test of strength and a test of wills.
Wait a minute. You're not going to try to tell anybody you're more hip than me, are you?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious.
You might need a hip replacement. Uh-oh, look at this.
Now both men are trying to fill each other out. And Chris Jericho with that ever-present smile and smirk on his face as he's in control of Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, but you know what can wipe that smile and that smirk off? A big HBK victory, just like at WrestleMania. You saw the look on the face of Y2J after that match, didn't you? Look at this.
Oh, quick toss by Shawn Michaels, and these two, they know each other so well after battling at WrestleMania.
Wait a minute. Did you just call that a toss? I never heard JR call something like that a toss.
You have a problem with that? Chris Jericho, big shot to the midsection.
Why don't you call this match what it is? I dare you to say slobber knocker. Come on, I dare you to say it.
I'm not going to call it a slobber knocker. It just wouldn't sound right if I said it.
Oh, you got that right.
Oh, big shoulder block by Chris Jericho. Everybody's been anticipating this matchup for the better part of 2 weeks. And you talk about anticipation.
Oh, wow.
Shawn Michaels trying to...
That was a slobber knocker right there. Anticipation on the part of Y2J. No, look at this.
Oh, and a quick roll. Will this one be over before it even gets started? Oh, Shawn Michaels reverses. And just like that, Chris Jericho, both men so athletic. And this one can turn on a dime. And several quick counts by referee Earl Hebner. And I wonder who's getting more tired right now. Oh, beautiful back bridge and set strength. And if you ever wonder if Shawn Michaels' back is 100%, take a look at that right there. Oh, and it covered two on it. Chris Jericho just at the last moment gets out. Shawn Michaels again catches Chris Jericho. Well, King, while we have a quick second, we know that Kane is under house arrest awaiting the fact of whether or not Jim Ross is going to file charges, but Kane has yet to arrive here tonight at the Staples Center, and we know that he's going to go one-on-one with RVD later on tonight.
Well, we know that Linda McMahon said that he's going to be escorted. Whoa,
another covered.
Kane's going to be escorted from the door of his home right here to the Staples Center by an entire team of policemen.
And that may be the only way. And again, Chris Jericho is being covered by Shawn Michaels, and both men need to stay completely focused, or that one of them may get a fluke victory.
You know why all those policemen have to be around Kane, don't you? I mean, let's face it, to protect the general public.
Well, that's a good point. If policemen aren't around Kane, who knows what Kane will do to anybody? We've seen that.
He's a sick individual.
Nice shoulder block by Shawn Michaels as this action continues.
Look at this. Oh, man. See, I'm not going to compare you to JR, but these are veteran moves right here by Shawn Michaels. Yeah, that's, Y2J may have grown up idolizing him, but Y2J still got some growing up to do to catch up to Shawn Michaels.
Emotionally or physically in the ring? Or what are you talking about?
In the ring, Shawn Michaels has probably forgotten more about wrestling than Y2J has had a chance to learn yet.
Shawn Michaels has certainly done it all, been in every situation, but I got to give, I'm not a Chris Jericho fan, but you got to give Y2J a lot of credit.
Yes, you are a Chris Jericho fan.
Now, big shot to the head as Chris Jericho pounds on Shawn Michaels. But I'll give credit where credit's due. Chris Jericho is, like as he said, is the very first undisputed champion. Has been in multiple WrestleManias.
There's a little bit of a lack of respect for authority there.
Well, that he does have. And speaking of a lack for authority, you got to wonder what's going through the mind of Stone Cold Steve Austin right now as he tries to mull over the offer made earlier tonight by Linda McMahon that if Stone Cold wants to stay on, King, he can't physically assault anybody anymore as a co-general manager of Raw.
Unless he's assaulted first.
Yeah, well, physically provoked is, I guess, the actual word.
Look at this, look at this.
Oh, no. Chris Jericho mocking Shawn Michaels. Now here's a cover. Hook of the leg by Y2J and a kick out by the Heartbreak Kid. Chris Jericho now methodically.
Oh, now he's talking trash.
Well, he's very good at that. We know how cocky and confident this Chris Jericho really is.
It's one thing to get your butt kicked, but to have the guy that's kicking your butt talk to you while he's doing it.
No, it sucks.
You gotta hate that.
Now up over the top rope goes Shawn Michaels, and you can see the pain on the face of the Heartbreak Kid. King, this isn't exactly, I don't think, going the way that Shawn Michaels anticipated it to go when he signed on for this WrestleMania rematch.
Well, all I can tell you is, King of Bling Bling, don't get overconfident. Don't get too cocky. This match is probably a long way from being over.
Now Chris Jericho looks like he may try and help Shawn Michaels back into the ring. Oh, beautiful suplex, and you can hear the impact and see the pain in the lower back of Shawn Michaels. Chris Jericho knows the vulnerability spot of Shawn Michaels and is going right after that.
Vulnerability spot.
Exactly. Or the vulnerable spot. Well, you were going to say.
Watch it, not again. Uh-oh.
Now Chris Jericho again tossing Shawn Michaels over the top rope this time.
Hey, he's hooked Jericho. Oh, no.
Both men so athletic.
Watch out.
Oh, now Chris Jericho going off the top. And Shawn Michaels pulls down that top rope. Chris Jericho goes airborne and drops about 10 feet below. And now the tide has certainly turned here in the favor of Shawn Michaels.
Look out!
Shawn Michaels off that middle road going high down onto Chris Jericho.
Not exactly a smart veteran move that we're going to see here again. Check this out.
Chris Jericho loves to use that middle rope, may use it better than anybody else, but this time that move fired back on him.
And then look at this, as I said, not exactly a smart veteran move, but certainly worked. Better than Shawn Michaels, I guess.
Shawn Michaels wasting no time, tossing Chris Jericho back into the ring, and now Shawn Michaels going to the high rent district.
And the high risk district, too. These don't all go. Yeah, it worked.
Beautiful crossbody. This may be enough for Shawn Michaels. 2 and about a 2.5 count. Chris Jericho just at the last minute was able to kick out.
Like I said before, Jericho, don't count your chickens before they hatch. This match is a long way from being over.
What a shot to the ego this would be if Chris Jericho goes 0 for 2 in 2003 against Shawn Michaels.
I don't think Jericho would or should even ask for a rematch if he loses this.
Oh, wait a second. Here comes the Nature Boy. Nature Boy Ric Flair. And Shawn Michaels is wasting no time going outside and taking out Ric Flair.
Wait a minute. That was uncalled for.
Well, I smell a rat and I don't like it. I don't think Shawn Michaels does either.
Smell a what?
A rat. There's no reason for Ric Flair to be down at ringside right now. No reason whatsoever.
He can't come down and enjoy the match. This is
no. Chris Jericho catching Shawn Michaels in the walls of Jericho, and they are smack dab in the middle of that ring, and there is no way that this may be over. There's no way that Shawn Michaels can get to the rope. He's got to dig deep.
Shawn Michaels jumped right into that.
We are back live as Shawn Michaels barely got out of that walls of Jericho King as this match continues here live on Raw. Jericho and Shawn Michaels.
Could you do one thing for me? Could you apologize to the fans out there for, just crashing to a commercial break like that? That was your fault,
well,
you know?
I'm very sorry that happened. I do apologize to all of our great fans out there. But
I can assure you JR would have never done something like that. Oh.
Well, now Shawn Michaels is back to his feet and big shots at Chris Jericho. But, King, you got to believe after being in the walls of Jericho for such a long period of time, how much does Shawn Michaels have, especially in that lower back area?
Well, look at this. He may just show you how much he's got.
Ric Flair continues to be at ringside. Why? We have absolutely no idea.
He hasn't bothered anybody, has he?
Well, not after Shawn Michaels took him out now. Shawn Michaels, big shots to the head of Y2J Chris Jericho. And Shawn Michaels stays on his feet, but you can see grabbing that lower back, and a lot has been taken out of him. And again, Shawn Michaels goes to the floor below for the second time in this match. Chris Jericho trying to catch his breath a little bit.
Hey, look at Flair. Look at Flair.
Oh, Ric Flair.
See, Shawn? See what he
he's
did?
choking it.
See, Shawn, you never should have.
Ric Flair's choking him with that suit coat of his. There is no reason for the Nature Boy to be out here right now.
Check this out one more time. This is how HBK found himself down on the floor to begin with.
Elevation nearly 12, 14 feet in the air.
Oh, gosh.
Chris Jericho taking advantage, not caring one iota if Ric Flair tries to help him out. Chris Jericho has a lot of Ric Flair in him. They will do whatever it takes to get the job done. Whether or not it's cheating, they don't care. You know.
Check this out one more time. Chris Jericho, he knows, like you said, what you call it, the vulnerability spot of Shawn Michaels is certainly Shawn's lower back.
Well,
Jericho taking advantage of that.
He's worked the lower back and now nailing the upper back, and Chris Jericho now loving this spotlight. He charging a beautiful flying elbow, and this may be it. Here's a cover by Jericho. 1-2 on Shawn Michaels.
Wow.
Somehow has the heart to kick out.
And that had to be all heart, because did you see the shot? That big elbow from the top rope right into the chin.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but
well, why are you doing it then?
Well, because I can't figure out what in the hell Ric Flair is doing out here. He has no business being out here. He's not a part of this matchup. Here's a cover by Shawn Michaels. Oh, Jericho kicks out. Can you answer that for me or give me some insight, please?
Wow. Well, I just think that he came down. This is a WrestleMania rematch. This is the match that's been talked about for, well, ever since WrestleMania.
Well, he can watch it.
I think he came down
to watch it on a monitor if he wants.
Well,
he doesn't need to be down
see
at ringside.
Up close and personal, and then what happens when he comes down here?
Nobody wants to see him get involved. We want to see a competitive one-on-one match.
He didn't say he was going to get involved.
He's already gotten involved.
Well, that's called Shawn knocked him down as soon as he got here.
Jericho again up top, and this spent a little bit too much time up top. And Chris Jericho is caught midsection by a drop kick by Shawn Michaels.
I can assure you that the King of Bling Bling didn't think that HBK still had that move in him.
Both men have had the wind completely knocked out of them, and referee Earl Hebner starts the double count.
Man, Shawn Michaels, where'd he get that from?
Well, he is a master of a lot of moves, has a lot of stuff in his repertoire.
Yeah, but he's taken a lot of abuse, a lot of punishment. Now, he had to reach down deep to pull that one out. Can we see that one more time? Look at this. Jericho thought he had it. Oh, boy, did he get it. That was like double
chest.
sweet chin music.
Now Shawn Michaels, catches. Beautiful backbreaker by Shawn Michaels.
Look at Shawn Michaels.
Who's trying to dig deep with whatever he may have left.
Yeah, and then, I got news for you. There's still some gas left in the tank of Shawn Michaels.
Big forearm. It may be on the red, but it ain't on the E.
Come get you some of this, king of bling bling.
Shawn Michaels clothesline down goes Chris Jericho. Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho again giving us a match to remember.
Look out! Wait a minute!
Chris Jericho,
you gotta be kidding me!
Caught by Shawn Michaels, now attempting to put Chris Jericho in his own move, the walls of Jericho. But instead, Shawn Michaels reverses. And hard into the corner goes Y2J. And a roll by Shawn Michaels. This may be enough. Is he taking enough out of him? No. Jericho's able to kick out.
So close. Look at Jericho. He's wobbly. His legs are... I don't know if he knows where he's at right now.
How many times do you say it? When these two men are in a match, they never disappoint. And tonight in Los Angeles is no different. Beautiful move by Jericho. He's going to cover on Shawn Michaels. And he gets that shoulder up. Back and forth. This match continues.
No, you haven't won yet.
Ric Flair, for some reason, continues to be at ringside and appears to be cheering on Chris Jericho for whatever reason.
Oh, he's definitely in the corner of Chris Jericho. I think he made that quite obvious with that Armani suit coat there a while ago. Oh, look out!
Now Jericho catches Shawn Michaels.
That can do it.
And we know that Ric Flair and all of Evolution have never been fans of Chris Jericho. And now the Lion Salt, nobody home, and Shawn Michaels gets out of the way. One more time, going to the well. The second time, catches Shawn Michaels perfectly, but may have caught himself.
Boy, I got to hand it to Jericho.
Jericho climbs on top of Shawn Michaels, too. A near pinfall. Jericho nearly had his WrestleMania revenge, but it continues on. How much more, King, can either one of these men not only give us, but how much can they take? Here's another cover by Jericho, imploring referee Earl Hebner to count a little bit quicker.
Well, I can tell you the frustration is starting to show on the face of Y2J. He thought he had that match won. He looks like he's about to cry.
Chris Jericho has given it everything he has and still cannot finish off the Heartbreak Kid.
That's when you do get frustrated, when you realize, and you can only admit this to yourself, you have given your opponent everything you got, and you still can't beat him.
Power slam. Shawn Michaels nearly has Y2J. Chris Jericho and Earl Hebner let Shawn Michaels know it was only a 2 count.
Believe me, Coach, that's a sick feeling you get in the pit of your stomach when you know you've done it all. You've done everything in your power, and you still haven't gotten the 3 count on your opponent.
Well, I will say this, other than that one time with the suit coat, Ric Flair has stayed out of this matchup. Maybe Ric Flair is just watching on behalf of Evolution.
Oh, look out!
Shawn Michaels goes up and over, now in a very precarious position up on that top rope. Chris Jericho going up to join him. What in the world are we going to see here? Oh, no.
It's going to be something big.
Oh, no. Jericho and Shawn Michaels.
Wait a minute. Michaels blocking it. 2 elbows to the face. 3 now.
And the third one knocks down Chris Jericho. And Shawn Michaels turns around, and this crowd rises to its feet.
What's he going to do? What is HBK going to pull here? No!
The beautiful elbow from the top rope. Shawn Michaels, and this place is fully appreciating what they are seeing here tonight from Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho. But now Shawn Michaels has this crown in the palm of his hand.
This whole arena is shaking. The Staples Center is rocking.
And now just slamming that right leg.
Are you ready, Coach? Can you hear it? Sweet chin music.
Knock it out of the way, and a low blow. Referee Earl Hebner had his head turned as Jericho caught Shawn Michaels with a low blow. And now, once again, both men are down on the mat.
Isn't this the way we saw these two leave off at WrestleMania?
You talk about a battle of wills.
Check this out one more time. Sweet chin music, we thought. But then,
now Chris Jericho has the chair, has gone to the outside to grab the chair, and maybe, just maybe, Chris Jericho has had enough and wants this thing to end.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to... Whoa, look out.
Referee Earl Hebner thinking, oh, sweet chin music straight into that steel chair, catching Chris Jericho square in the face.
And the referee didn't see that either. Look at this.
But you can see that even after sweet chin music, Shawn Michaels does not have that much left, but somehow Shawn Michaels needs to get to Chris Jericho and get the cover.
6. We're at 6.
We may have a double count out here.
Check this out and listen to this impact. Whoa, man.
And that was straight in the forehead. Now what is Ric Flair doing? Back up on the apron. And Referee Hebner just pushes Ric Flair down, and Nature Boy doesn't like it one bit.
Oh boy, he may take it from Shawn Michaels, but he ain't gonna take it from you, Earl Hebner.
Ric Flair is on fire, but I cannot imagine why.
That's the Nate. You don't mess with the Nate. You don't disrespect.
Oh, wait a second, here comes Randy Orton. What in the hell is Randy Orton doing in this matchup? Oh, Randy Orton straight to that steel chair. The face, the head of Shawn Michaels. King, is this the second part of the plan that Triple H was talking about?
I don't know.
That's all I can imagine, that Ric Flair was out here for one reason, because Triple H told him to.
Well, the referee is just, well, he's ejected.
Shawn Michaels has got to be knocked out after going face first into that steel chair directly in the middle of the ring. I can't believe how this one appears it's going to end. Now Chris Jericho climbing and puts one arm on Shawn Michaels. This one's going to be over, but not. Oh! What? Shawn Michaels! I don't know if the Heartbreak Kid even realized that he did it, but he was able to get that right shoulder up.
How? How did he do it?
I have absolutely no idea. Almost a lifeless body in the middle of that ring.
Look at Jericho. You got to dance with who brung you. He's going back to what he does best. He's going back to the walls of Jericho, but I don't even know if Jericho has enough strength.
So much damage has already been done to that lower back just here tonight. And look at the face of Shawn Michaels. What a fight this man has put on here tonight.
Michaels is going to have to tap out.
But
he's going to have to here.
Well, because of Ric Flair and Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels may have no other choice. But look at the fight now, rising.
Hey, look at Jericho's hand. He's bracing himself in that turnbuckle.
So much strength, but Shawn Michaels may have been putting the walls of Jericho one too many times.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels, he still had the strength. He had the leg strength that I believe he could have gotten out of it. He could have at least. Now he's crawling his way to the other side of the ring.
Shawn Michaels does not want to get up. You know that. Does not want to tap out. Quit is not in his vocabulary. But Shawn Michaels essentially has had to battle 3 men here in this matchup. Now sinking it in, Chris Jericho.
That rope, even though it's just a few feet away, it's got to look like it's 5 miles away to Shawn Michaels right now. Get it!
About 6 inches away from that bottom rope. Jericho.
Look at Jericho.
And this crowd trying to help Shawn Michaels any way that they can.
There it is! There it is!
Here is your winner by submission, Chris Jericho.
What a fight. What a battle. Wow. But thanks to 2 members of Evolution, Ric Flair and Randy Orton. I'm not saying that Chris Jericho wouldn't have defeated Shawn Michaels anyway.
And thanks to that turnbuckle, Chris Jericho planted his head in that turnbuckle. I really think that HBK could have gotten out of it if he had been in a different position in the ring. Check this out, though.
Well, Randy Orton came running down, and maybe this was part of the plan as Ric Flair had referee Earl Hebner on the outside and Randy Orton doing the damage. Chris Jericho cleaned it up. So Chris Jericho, you know he's going to take it, King. Sweet revenge, a sweet victory for that man over his idol growing up in this business. And you can see,
what a price he paid